There are three of them, one man and two women. There's Lieutenant Aldine Thomas, Second Lieutenant Tara Price, and Second Lieutenant Akeem Horton James. He's the one to the far right of your screen. That's a gentleman. The other two women, the other two are the women, and they are three of them, the markers, standing along the green carpet that you can see that's laid on the grass. A little bit difficult to discern the difference between the grass and the carpet, but it's there for the easy flow of people walking along. And each of the recipients will line in position with one of these markers, preparing for their exit. And so that's a fanfare for the Governor General to take up
His
position.
Excellency, the Governor General, acting in accordance with the provisions of the National Honours and Awards Act, has been pleased on the advice of the Prime Minister to give orders for the conferment of the Order of Jamaica upon the following persons with effect from the 6th of August 2010.
Pembroke Hall, they have done so well. They won 9 trophies for 2010. They got the highest award for excellence in the performing arts, for the first time a primary school has ever been given this award. Pembroke Hall Primary School Choir is under the directorship of Mrs. Verona Portius Fletcher and has been actively involved in the JCDC's Music Festival of the Performing Arts for the past 19 years.
The Pembroke Hall Primary School Choir, under the directorship of Mrs. Verona Portius Fletcher, has been actively involved in the JCDC's Music Festival of the Performing Arts for the past 19 years. This year, the choir gained 7 gold, 3 silver, and 2 bronze medals in the JCDC Music Festival of the Performing Arts competition. Ladies and gentlemen, Singing Faith, Pembroke Hall Primary School Choir.
The first performance of the morning the Pembroke Hall Primary School Choir.
Credited with the creation of the Jamaica Formula 2SI method, a formula used to determine peak stormwater flows for the design of island waterways.
We could use him now, what with what's happened with Nicole and what seems to be the changing patterns.
Jerome Gladstone Haynes for his contribution to the development of Jamaican music. The insignia will be presented to his son, Mr. James Haynes.
The late Jerome Haynes, Jerry, was a pioneer musician who helped to create Jamaica's first indigenous music, ska, and was a founding member of the Scatolites band. He was a legendary guitarist whose career spanned more than 50 years. Just think of Oh Carolina, Simmer Down, One Love, Cargo Brinkum, then you think of this man, Jerry.
Alexander Jarrett. For service.
Welcome to Caribbean Lifestyle TV. This week we shine a spotlight on Jerry. His right name, Jerome Haynes, who recently was issued the Order of Distinction at this year's 2010 Heroes Celebration. The late Jerome Haynes, better known as Jerry, was a pioneer musician who helped create Jamaica's first indigenous music, ska. He was a legendary guitarist whose career spanned 50 years. He was a founding member of the immortal Scatolites band. His untimely passing on August 13, 2007 in Jamaica, where he lived for most of his life, was a great loss to the music world. Today, to talk about the legacy of his father is his son, James. Welcome to Caribbean Lifestyle TV.
Thanks for inviting me.
I know you were a beaming son this year at King's House.
Oh, yes.
Share that experience with us.
It was really a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And I was so moved just to know that my father really received an award that was finally that was just due. We thought he had gotten an award. It's Bunny Goodison who reminded us that he hasn't gotten an award. And then we just decided we were just going to nominate him, act on it, and here we are. And with the whole family, we're elated, we're on cloud nine, and we're just happy. I know my father is looking down on us.
Great. Yeah. And he received, for the benefit of viewers, he received the Order of Distinction.
Order of Distinction.
Which you have taken here with us and showed us, and brothers and sisters, this is it. You know, and I can imagine the feeling of that particular day at King's House. Huh?
Yes, it was a great feeling. The whole day, butterfly was just going through my stomach. I knew it was this was history in the making and one of the family highlights of my family.
Because he was one of the founding members, right?
Yes.
Of Scatolites.
He was one of the founding members of the Scatolite, and just to know that my father has been playing music since 1949 for the tourists. That's how he started out, playing in Montego Bay. And when Jamaica first got into recording in the 50s, my father was there. As a matter of fact, I let everybody know this, that every important musician, artist that emanate from Jamaica, whether it's Bob Marley and the Wailers, Jimmy Cliff, Desmond Decker, Delroy Russell, Alton Ellis,
the list goes on.
My father played on the first song they ever recorded.
But let me ask you this, right? Looking back at it now, when we look at the rich history that some of these gentlemen like your father have provided for Jamaica, it makes you wonder sometimes whether or not they are forgotten. Because I'll be honest with you, you know, there are other members of the Scatolites that will become more apparent for me and many others. And here you have your father was a backbone. And we're talking about a posthumous award.
Well, sadly to say, I think that Mr. Golden, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, when he came over to greet me, he said this should have happened 30 years ago.
Yeah, they always say that.
Yeah. I think that the musicians in Jamaica, particularly the pioneer, they're forgotten. We don't have a museum. It's sad to say that my father's guitar is in Seattle, in the Hall of Fame with Jimmy Cliff and all of them, because there's no place in Jamaica that we could put it in an exhibit. Maybe one day we'll reclaim the guitar and bring it back to Jamaica. And so many of the great, it's not only my father, so many great inventors who created the culture and the music of Jamaica. that they're not given the recognitions.
Do you think that we look at what your father's work is and his contribution, and we look at where the music is today, is that somehow we have, like, I wouldn't say move away, but somehow those who are the purveyors of it today have somewhat not realized or forgotten?
I think they're forgotten, and the thing also that's important is that when I'm in Jamaica, and I visit Jamaica very often, and you ask even adult, even about the scatterlight, people